a glorious summer we are having here at GoKids. I'm so excited to see you all here today. All summer long, we're focusing on what it means to have faith. Faith is trusting in what you can't see because of what you can see. Sometimes we need to pause and take a closer look at what God is doing all around us. There are so many things that show us how good He is, from the beauty that we see in nature, to our friends and our family, to the stories that we read in the Bible. We may not be able to see God with our own eyes, but when we focus on the things that we know are true about God, we see more and more that He is good and that we can trust Him no matter what. I know you're gonna love today's game. It's an epic face-off between your leaders, Miss Kate and Dan. Let's play the Great Blindfolded Art Race. If you wanna join us, go ahead, grab a pen, a piece of paper, and get ready to draw. Each of our leaders, Kate and Dan, will have a dry erase marker, and in a minute, I'm gonna describe an image. As they try to draw as accurately as possible, I'm gonna challenge you to follow along and do your best too. While you can't see the image that you're gonna be drawing, they're also gonna be blindfolded. Go ahead, leaders, put on those blindfolds and get ready. This is gonna be crazy. Okay guys, when we start, you'll have exactly 1 minute to draw the best drawing you can. All right, let's see what you can do. Ready, set, draw. Okay, on the left side, there is a boy who looks pretty sporty and he's got a number 1 on his shirt. On the right bottom corner, we've got a dog that's running. In between them in front, we've got a soccer ball. Back in the back right corner, there's a house. In the back left corner, there's some bushes. And leading from those bushes down up to the very front is the path that the dog and the boy are running on. Okay, coming down in time. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Time's up, leaders. You can put your markers down and take off your blindfolds. Your task was to draw this. How did yours turn out? That was so much fun. Great job, everybody. What a tremendous amount of artistic talent we all have. But now it's time for us to sing and worship God together.
Sometimes the road ahead can be so rough. You are the reason why I don't give up. 'Cause even when it's hard to see, I still believe. So I'm gonna trust your love. another. Ooh, I spy Jesus. He says to love one another. Look, look, what can you see when you look in the Bible and believe? Look, look, what can you see when you look in the Bible and believe? Come on. Hey, hey. Yeah. I spy Jesus. He is real and he loves me. Ooh, I spy Jesus. He is real and he loves me. Look, look, what can you see when you look in the Bible and believe? Look, look, what can you see when you look in the Bible and believe? When you look in the Bible and believe. When you look in the Bible and believe.
Okay, everyone, it's time for the memory verse. Kinder through 5th grade friend, here's yours. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves, it is a gift from God. Ephesians 2:8. Now remember, grace means you didn't earn it. You're saved because God forgives all of your past and future mistakes and sins. And it's faith, meaning that just by believing Jesus died on the cross for you, you get it. Now, we're going to play a little game. I'm going to erase a couple of the words here on the whiteboard, and we're going to see if we can still remember our verse with the words missing. Here we go. Okay, let's see if we can read it together. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is a gift from God. Ephesians 2:8. Okay, let's erase a couple more and see how we do. Okay, a little bit trickier. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is a gift from God. Ephesians 2:8. Awesome. Let's read it one more time together. For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not of yourselves. It is a gift from God. Ephesians 2:8. Okay, pre-K friends, are you guys ready? Remember, our verse is also from Ephesians 2:8, but it's shortened down a little bit. It goes like this. For it is by grace, you're going to take your hand, pull it open like that you have been saved. It is a gift from God. Let's try that again together with the hand signs. For it is by grace you have been saved. It is a gift from God. It's from Ephesians 2:8. Okay, how about if we chant it a little bit too? It's kind of fun to say. It is by grace you have been saved. It is a gift from God. It is by grace you have been saved. It is a gift from God. How about we chant it with our signs? That might be a little tricky even for me. It is by grace you have been saved. It is a gift from God. Remember, it's found in Ephesians 2:8. Okay, keep up the good work, guys. Now it's time for our story. So let's check it out together.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story inspired by the book of Acts, chapter 17, verses 16 through 34.
Wherever Paul went, he boldly preached the good news of Jesus.
This Jesus I'm telling you about is the Messiah.
Many Jews and Greeks believed in Jesus, but in nearly every town, a group of Jews would gather to oppose Paul. He and his companions were forced out of Thessalonica, and then later that same group of Jews followed to run Paul out of Berea. Eventually, the believers helped Paul escape to the coast, where he could travel by boat to Athens.
Tell Silas and Timothy to join me as soon as they can.
Once Paul reached Athens, he walked the streets of the ancient city, disturbed by what he saw. Carved and molded statues everywhere.
Statues of their gods. The people really believe false gods can help them.
In fact, the Athenians believed in around 30,000 false gods. Yeah, they believed these gods were in charge of everything from sports to sleep to doors and cleanliness.
A god of grapes. Okay.
While Paul waited for his friends, he visited the Jewish synagogue to tell Jews and Greeks alike about Jesus. And in the marketplace, he spoke to anybody who would listen.
You have to hear about Jesus. He was killed, but he came back to life.
Paul's words stirred up a group of Athenian thinkers. These men felt that they could achieve perfection through knowledge and wisdom.
Can you explain what this fellow is chattering about?
He seems to be telling us about gods we've never heard of.
We shall take this Paul to a meeting of the Areopagus. There, we shall reason it out.
Set high on an outcropping of rock, the Areopagus was the high court of Athens. And from this viewpoint, Paul could see all of Athens spread out below him. Closer at hand, the gathered Epicureans and Stoics studied Paul.
What is this new teaching you're giving us?
You have some strange ideas we've never heard before.
We would like to know what they mean.
Paul took a deep breath. These people treated new ideas like playthings, so he wanted to connect the story of Jesus with something they already knew.
People of Athens, I see that you are very religious in every way.
We are aware of this. Please proceed.
Paul recalled a small carved altar he had discovered while exploring the city.
As I walked around, I looked carefully at the things you worship. I even found an altar with "To an Unknown God" written on it. Now, I'm going to tell you about this unknown God.
Paul explained to them that the true God created the entire world and everything in it. He created each individual person with a purpose and an adventure to live.
He did it so that people would seek him and find him, even though he is not far from any of us.
Preposterous.
Continue.
Paul knew that these Athenians might listen to the words of their own writers that might actually reflect something of who God is.
In him we live and move and exist. As some of your own poets have also said, we are his children.
An interesting point.
Paul told them that people are God's children. God is alive and real, not some carved statue or molded from gold. And now by sending Jesus, God was telling everyone everywhere to turn away from the bad things they've done and to follow him.
God has proved this to everyone by raising Jesus from the dead.
Preposterous.
Fascinating.
More like fantasy. Get this joker out of here.
No. This is new, fresh. We will hear you speak about this again sometime.
A man called Dionysius had been among the crowd at the Areopagus. He hurried to catch up as Paul left.
I want to know more about this living God, about Jesus.
I can help you, friend.
So Paul continued to spread the good news and love of Jesus, and after a short time, Dionysius became a follower of Jesus, as well as a woman named Damaris and several others.
Jesus is the answer for everyone. He's the one God sent to be our Savior, our rescuer. Jesus made a way for us to have a relationship with God that will last forever. When Paul was in Athens, he used an altar to an unknown God to share the message of Jesus with the people. He spoke about things that the people were talking and thinking about already to try and help them understand who Jesus is. That brings us to our bottom line. You can help others know Jesus just like Paul did. Let's say that together one more time. You can help others know Jesus just like Paul did. Just be honest with them. Maybe you can explain what a difference Jesus has made in your life, or how he's changed your family for the better. What you say is important, but remember, helping others know Jesus isn't just in what you say, it's also in what you do. You see, one of the reasons God sent Jesus is to show us what he is like. We can help others know Jesus by the way we live and the way we treat others the way we want to be treated. When we treat people with love, respect, and kindness, they can see the love of Jesus through us. When you tell the truth, even when it could get you into trouble or when you admit you've made a mistake, you show people what a difference Jesus has made in your life. When you do something that you don't have to do that helps someone else, like maybe helping around the house or cheering up a friend who's had a bad day, you show others how Jesus' love has changed you. Putting others first is a big deal because it's not normal. It stands out. That's why it will help people understand who Jesus is and what he's done for us. When you do those kinds of things, you can help others know Jesus. And finally, don't forget to check our website at montereychurchca.com for more great resources. Have an awesome week.